Afternoon, everybody. We are live here at Coe Riverside Farm. This is Chloe. She is a two-toed or two-fingered Linnaeus sloth. Guess what? We have 4 sloths here at Coe Riverside Farm. So Chloe is our youngest, and she is really cute. Look at her. Look at that little smile. How sweet is that? So some of our other sloths that we have is Dash, Flash, and Zoe. And some of the other animals are hedgehogs, sugar gliders, fennec foxes, iguanas, armadillos, and get this, have you ever wanted to bottle feed a baby kangaroo? You guys can do that here. And we even have covered wagons that you can stay in. The covered wagons are right on the banks of the Ocoee River, and it's really peaceful how they're set up. So here in probably about 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to be doing an encounter. So if you want to see what an encounter is going to look like, you can keep watching. Again, we're live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. This is Chloe, I'm Kevin, and you can come here and hang out with sloths. Did you know that sloths eat about 10% of their body weight every single day? And here's the really crazy part. They only use the bathroom every 7 to 10 days. And when they use the bathroom, they lose 30% of their body weight. So think about it this way. Let's say that you weigh 200 pounds and you use the bathroom, losing 60 pounds. That's what's going on with the sloths. Pretty incredible. Also, when the sloths come down out of the tree and they're doing their little booty dance, when they're using the bathroom, the sloth moth crawls up onto them and it lives on their fur. So when it's living on their fur, it's going to have between 100 to 200 bugs living all over the sloth. For real, pretty crazy. Then, when the sloth is grooming itself, it's getting a little bit of the bacteria and some of the protein on its claws. And that's actually how it processes its food. Sloths process their food through a bacterial process, unlike humans, which is an enzymatic process. Chloe here is all about cuddles, snacks, and naps. So if you're into snacks and naps, you should come hang out with a sloth at Ocoee Riverside Farm. We are in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We have over 150 animals, including sloths, kangaroos, llamas, and alpacas. There's something here for everybody, guys. So where's everybody watching from? I think we're going to be starting the encounter here in just a little bit. So if you guys keep watching, you're going to get to see someone holding a sloth. And again, like I was saying, you can come here and do this. We are open to the public. You don't have to be staying here, but that's pretty awesome because we have covered wagons and we've even started doing some of the cuddle encounters inside your wagon. What's up, Elvis in England? Spring Hill, Tennessee. You're pretty much our neighbor. Afternoon, everybody. If you're just now joining us, this little nugget is Chloe. She is a two-fingered or two-toed Linnaeus sloth, and she is just about the cutest thing ever. Aren't you, Chloe? She's like, I want more snacks. Guys, did you know that sloths eat 10% of their body weight every single day? And they sleep 15 to 20 hours per day. I mean, they are all about the relaxing lifestyle, and we're not going to judge them for it. No judgment here. Afternoon, everybody. If you're just now joining us, this is Chloe, and she is a two-fingered or two-toed Linnaeus sloth. I'm Kevin, and we're live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. We have over 150 animals, including sloths, kangaroos. Oh, get this, guys. You can bottle feed baby kangaroos here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. It's really awesome. They come right up to you, you're sitting in a chair, and you're just bottle feeding those little guys. I think the ones right now is Phoebe and Rachel. We named her Phoebe because you know how Phoebe runs all funny on Friends. And then Max and maybe Ruby. Sometimes I get the names messed up. Hey Tamara, thank you so much for watching from Maryland. Glad to hear that you're coming in the spring. I think you're gonna have a blast. Hey Janice and Charlotte, that's awesome. We were just there. We went over to the big zoo in Ashboro, I think, and it was really cool. It was huge. They had a massive monkey enclosure. Pretty neat to see. It was really hot though. It was about 99 degrees, so we had the space to ourselves. Afternoon, everybody. If you're just now joining us, we're live here at Coe Riverside Farm. This is Chloe. I'm Kevin. Somebody's about to come do a sloth encounter. So if you want to see what a sloth encounter is like, keep watching, and you're going to get to see somebody holding Chloe. Now, they might shed a tear or two, but that's okay.
Hey guys, watch your step in the door right here. There's a track that, just like that. There's a track that the door runs in. Watch your step right here.
Goats and all.
Come on in, baby girl. Nice and warm.
It is nice and warm.
Cows are trying to eat my damn shirt.
It's because it was a Bucky shirt.
Is that what? Is that you that posted that?
I did, because I was like, Bucky's is awesome.
I'm going to Bucky's tomorrow when I leave here.
Yes.
How'd you get a Bucky shirt if you haven't went? Have you gone yet?
I've been to one in Texas,
Oh,
Missouri,
gotcha.
Kentucky,
Yeah.
everywhere I go to
Yeah.
Bucky's. I actually thought about driving to Calhoun, Georgia tonight.
Oh.
Go down there, go to Bucky's, but I'm too tired. I'm just gonna sit in the
Yeah.
thing by myself. All that hammock chair.
Oh yeah.
I was just sitting there going, I'm trying to read my book. I'm like, so I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And then I'll hit the Bucky's in Kodiak on my way up to. I'm going to see the giraffe with no spots
Oh yeah, that was new.
in Bright's Zoo in Limestone.
Uh-huh.
So she was born a couple years ago, and she's the only one in the world.
Yeah.
So I figured if I'm gonna be in Tennessee, I should do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna wait.
So I'll hand you the whole
Yeah, the
kind
mic
of
and
towel
everything.
here,
Yep.
yeah, and she'll
Yep.
and she may climb up onto you if you want to do that. That's completely fine. That's kind of slowly what she's transitioning to do. What she may say on the towel, I'm not sure, but just when you're petting and everything, we'll just pet from the shoulders down. Keep in mind that she mouths a lot like a puppy does. Sorry, we're doing an encounter right now. You trying to start the farm tour?
No, I'm for the Sloth.
Oh, 3:15, right?
Yes.
Okay, you can wait underneath the pavilion. I'll come get you when I'm ready. Yeah.
Somebody told me how much you paid for her.
Oh, who told you that?
No, I'm not telling, but I gotta tell you, I'm holding precious cargo.
Yes.
How sweet she is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
She is 5 months old now. So she's still pretty dark right now, but if you part her hair, you can see underneath the lighter color.
Yeah.
And she'll eventually kind of grow into that. They don't really shed their hair like dogs and cats do, but they'll grow into their adult hair as they get older.
And
So they don't really start to get that lighter coloration until they're about 7 or 8 months old. Just took out just a little bit.
And you said they stopped nursing off mommy?
Yes, they can stop nursing. Nutritionally, they only need to be with mom for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah,
And then
so
but they
2 to
stay with mom to learn how to be a sloth.
Yeah, 2 to 5 weeks is about how long they nurse for, which regardless, it's a very short amount of time. But then they'll stay with mom just to kind of learn, you know, all the sloth things. He always puts this tripod right in front of us.
She's soft.
You can see that cow lick that she's got on her back end there.
Yes.
And all sloths will have a cowlick to a certain
Oh, they do?
extent. Yeah. Their hair kind of will naturally, from their head fall down the one way, and then their butt end will fall down the other way. So it kind of depends on.
Did you get Zoe cleaned up?
Yes. Yeah. She is finally free from mess.
Poor baby. So we actually do try to feed her too. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she's
not
eating
hungry.
regular food too, right?
Yeah. Now that's really what
Will you
she's
take
on right
pictures for
now.
me?
Yeah. But the veggies and things that we were feeding Zoe this morning will have to be very, very thinly sliced up.
Yeah,
when we
because I
start
would
to
assume
feed
that's too
those.
much,
Yeah.
too big.
Yes, yeah, they're very easily claws. Very easy to choke when they're little like that. And sloths, they don't have the ability to pass gas or belch, and so you really have to worry about bloat when they're real little too.
Okay, change that over to video now,
Okay.
please.
Yeah.
Because I like to listen to what you have to say. I was actually watching your videos out there.
Oh, really?
I was waiting for you and I'm like, oh, cool, give me more information.
Yeah. Yeah,
I didn't know they didn't have the ability to
Yeah,
pass
they
gas
can't
or.
pass gas or anything like that, and so it can all build up, especially when they're little. It starts to kind of build up. They have a tendency to kind of gulp air while they're eating. Still trying to learn how to just be a sloth. So in the air gulping process, you have to kind of give them. What we did when she was younger, we did her midday feeding as just water, bottled water, and that's what she would drink. And then at night she would have her other meal. And now she's bumped up 3 times a day just her regular food.
How do John and Donna sleep with a sloth without worrying about laying on top of them?
Well, I guess Donna's a pretty still sleeper because she is multiple times, because now they're sleeping with a monkey, so they can't sleep with the sloth and the monkey in the same bed. So a lot of times if she's being extra needy and it's just going meh, meh, all night long, then she'll get up and go get her and sleep with her on the couch.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I sleep with my dogs at home, but
Yeah, but they're a lot bigger.
they're 10 to 12 pounds, but
Yeah.
there are times when, they're disruptive,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to sleep because they're having a bad night, so I'm having a bad
Yeah.
night. But I wouldn't trade it for the world,
Yeah.
but still.
And they've done it before, so I mean, they've had practice with sleeping with a sloth like that. Because Zoe was our first ambassador. Of course, she's now only almost 2 years old, and then Dash, and then now Chloe. So she's the third child, basically.
Did Flash come out and do his stuff?
He never has come down. He came down, took a few bites of food, but then went right back up.
Okay, so you'll monitor him, and then if he continues to do that the next couple of days, you'll call it that or something?
Yeah, I mean, technically, what usually happens is if he comes down, it'll be just like a day or two that he'll have an off day like that and then go right back up. But, but it's usually never a thing that would happen several days in a row like that.
Well, don't you ever have times where you just want to be alone?
Oh yeah, I mean definitely.
So,
the
I would
sloths have
assume-
moods just like people do.
I would
So,
assume there's times when they're gonna be like that too,
Yeah.
you know? So. She's sweet.
She gets that food stuck to the roof of her mouth and she's got to de-wedge it with her little claw like that.
And then I was just watching your video where their claws continue to grow their entire life.
Yes, yeah. So by the time they get to be, 54 years old, the oldest sloth that we know of,
Imagine. How long?
they can get to be like, 6, 7 inches.
Scratching your butt is a problem then. I'm so glad that you got Zoe cleaned up.
Yeah. Yeah, she was pitiful.
So you guys are getting married on the 22nd?
Yes.
And then are you going on a honeymoon?
Yes, we're going on a cruise, cruise to the Bahamas, I think is our final destination. So.
Okay. Cause you have to take the time out. Life is short.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're doing that.
Yeah, and it's a 7-day Caribbean cruise, and then the day that we get back is the day that John and Donna leave and go to Egypt. So that'll be fun. So new.
Are they going there for vacation?
No, they're going on a mission trip, but.
A mission trip, that's what you said, yeah. I did a mission trip, but I wasn't, I was too scared to do a mission trip, like, in another country, so
Yeah.
I did it in a really impoverished area in West Virginia,
Mhm.
and it was awesome. It was an awesome feeling.
Yeah.
But you have to really be, I'm not as devoted as John. I like to think I'm a good person.
Yeah.
But it just takes a special kind of person to want to do some of that,
Yeah.
because I would probably cry myself to sleep
Yeah.
every night.
Yeah. It definitely gives you a new appreciation for
What
other
you
parts
have.
of the world and everything. Yeah. What you
Exactly.
have and what you take for granted every day.
And then you look at this beautiful little thing, and so when you come back from the Bahamas, you get to come back to this.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't feel sorry. I really don't. I'm sorry to tell you that, Michaela. I do not feel sorry for you, because look at her. Oh my God. I mean, Dash was sweet, but this is
Yeah.
unreal.
Whole another level.
It is a whole, well, babies are a whole nother level
Yeah.
period, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I like other people's children. I never had any of my own. I loved my nieces, and I treated them like they were my children,
Yeah.
but I can send them back at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it was a great feeling. But this is just unreal. Unreal. And I'm not even bothered by the fact that it's 80 degrees to get in here. Like,
Well, it's
she's
82
so,
right now.
she's
Creeping
so,
up.
I can tell it was a little warmer than when I
Yeah.
got, but she's just so sweet that I literally don't care if I'm sweating from my scalp. I don't care. You are beautiful.
Like she's like looking up at you.
She's just beautiful. I keep kissing her on the head. Can't help it. You're so sweet, honey. You should.
Oh.
No, you can't bite me. That's true. You can't bite me. But I guess I understand why she wants to bite. She doesn't understand.
Yeah, she's still learning. That's a long, because it took Dash's just now, he's just turned a year old, and really and he still mouths a lot with his mouth. He explores a lot with his mouth, just like puppies do, but the babies, they just don't comprehend it at all, whether it's something other than.
I understand. I don't think it's malicious in any way, shape, or form. And he got me twice, but he didn't hurt me, and I wasn't offended by it.
Yeah.
Because again, I might have moved too fast. I mean, I'm a fast talker and a fast walker and everything, so God only knows. I'm trying to be as calm as I can be, but inside I am squealing with delight. Squealing. Because she's just incredible and beautiful. And, oh my God.
She's a sweet girl.
She is a sweet girl. Hey, you got rice on your nose.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever that is.
They're messy.
Is that a
ears.
carrot?
No, shaved up sweet potato.
Now do they eat, okay, so then you also told me they eat spinach and greens, leafy greens. Do they get like pellets or anything with vitamins in it, or are you mixing that in with
Not
like, the
really
stuff?
with vitamins, but they do have to have a high fiber biscuit, low starch, high fiber. It's actually marketed for monkeys, but we give it to the sloths. A lot of the bigger facilities will do that too, because when they only go to the bathroom once a week, you need the consistency and everything to be correct. They can get really dehydrated quickly if they start to get diarrhea for whatever reason. So it's always that we add in that. They do well with it.
Well, that's one of the things I've learned in my little travels here, where I've done the summer camps and stuff like that, is I'm learning, I just used to go in and go, look how cute. And now I'm learning what it takes for you to allow me to see how cute this baby is. The work behind the scenes to make sure that they have the proper nutrition and everything like that, which obviously most of the zoos and all the types of private zoos and things like that, you've done remarkable research if most of the animals can live at almost double their lifespan in captivity.
Yeah.
I mean, that says something.
Yeah.
It says something that you're doing something good for them, and so I just don't understand people who want to, we're currently being sued at the zoo, and they want, they want to get, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm baby. I'm baby. You're so sweet. So you get to come back, and the first day as a married couple, you guys get to run the show.
Yeah, basically.
But you probably have been doing, you guys have been doing so much anyway.
We're both full-time employees, and we have like four full-time employees, including us, not counting John and Donna. So it's limited on the full-timers that we've got.
Well, of course, because it takes money to make the world happen, and the dream.
You have a radio?
So sweet, baby. Okay, so this is her snack, or is this her meal?
That's her meal. Yeah, that's her midday meal.
Okay, midday meal. What is her nighttime meal?
The same thing.
Okay, and then like at 6 o'clock, or like?
Yeah, well, at 6 o'clock she goes back up to the main house, but it usually starts around, her midtime meal is like usually 9 or 10. That's a pretty late. She gets a meal late.
Got it. So there's boxes of this rice everywhere.
Well, it has to be made fresh every other day.
Okay.
So yeah, And I have to cook it down here and then mix all the stuff in. And then every night when I bring it back up, I bring up, you know, just a little bit of the container for the day.
You are so sweet, Chloe. Chloe and Zoe. I had a dog named Zoe, and I have a niece named Chloe.
Oh, yeah?
Dog niece. Now, the guy that tried to open the door, though, is he coming in for her?
Yes, yeah, so she's doing 15-minute encounters right now.
Sure.
So she's a 3:15.
So, I mean, are you going to give her more, or are you going to give her what's left?
What's left in that?
Oh,
If
okay.
she's still hungry, she kind of eats. She's a really slow eater because she gets how much of it stuck to the roof of her mouth. So the amount that was in there is like her midday feeding. But if she gets full before that, that's fine. If she only eats just a little bit of it, then I usually end up doing 4 feedings a day. Just kind of depends
Try
on
to make sure she
how much she eats and how much time I have. Like in the mornings, sometimes I have to do 2 morning feedings because I only have. I get here at 9. The first encounter's at 10. So there's a lot of other stuff to do when I first get here, including, you know, cleaning up Zoe and everything else. So sometimes I don't have 30 minutes to sit down and feed her because that's about how long it usually takes for her to get in as much as she does.
Oh my God,
She's probably finished with it right now. If you want me to take
Yeah.
that, and then that way you can kind of.
There's here. There's some more.
Yeah.
I just washed my hands, I promise you. So. You are so soft.
She's so little.
Oh my God. Eat a little, sleep a little. Eat a little, sleep a little.
That's what all of them
Eat a
do.
little bit, sleep a lot.
Yeah.
It's really more so like it, huh?
Yeah.
I think Dash was sound asleep. I was like,
Yeah, especially once we went into the cuddle cabin, he was just out.
"Oh, you are so cute." I love to tell me when it's time.
Yeah. It's around that about time to finish it. We can get another still picture too. You're welcome.
And then she'll only do one more?
She has the hour, the 3 o'clock hour, and that's all that she does for the day. Is
Okay, so she does 4 a day, and then she's done.
And then she's done.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just,
And for our other sloths, it's the same way. For Dash or for Zoe, and you know, Flash is just an hour in the morning. But Dash and Zoe, they can have an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon. And that's it for encounters. They can have 2 30 minutes, then 2
so
30
you
minutes.
live with them,
Yes.
all the animals like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, all of the animals are like that. Not because they wouldn't gladly hold on to you for longer. Dash would gladly hold on to you for way longer than that. But they all need time to just do their own
Absolutely,
thing.
but
Yeah.
got to too.
Yeah.
Sneak out because he's doing
Yeah.
a tour.
I was like, I don't know who's holding the lizard, but that's awesome. You're about to be on camera. He is. He's really chill.
I don't know. I know there's one other lady that's doing it. I don't know how many others are on it.
So the animal source doesn't dovetail
You
with
guys want to,
This is an insectivore, and when I set him down a minute here, you're gonna see what he does. I'm told that this can reach the size of a soccer ball, but this dude is 1.5 years. He's nowhere near soccer ball size. But, oh, sorry.
Go right on in this way.
There you go. All right. Other thing about this guy is ticklish is all get out. When I do like this, he goes, guy down, he's gonna run around like a little potato with high heels on. He has an insectivore, he's gonna run around into the corners looking for bugs, such as he might eat. If you hold that guy on your chest, that can be pretty sharp. Are you trying to, or is he? Till he grabs on. He's quite sharp. My lizard girl holds him around her neck, so that's what he's going for. Well, she usually doesn't have a bare shoulders when she does that. Alright, so that guy is an insectivore. We get shipped in for him mealworms, hornworms, waxworms, superworms, housefly larvae, soldier fly pupa. He eats all kind of bugs. And he's a cool little animal. When I finally find a female for that guy, I'm going to name it Shaka Khan because I am a teen of the 80s. And
Right back where you came from.
Everybody get a chance to touch them?
Yeah.
alright, this little girl right here has a similar theory of defense as Bakugan. He balls up and says, I don't believe you can get me. This one balls up and says, go ahead and try it. See how it works out for you. Because you can see that when a hedgehog balls up like that, there's pretty much nowhere that an animal is going to be able to fight that without seriously regretting their decisions. So this one is an albino. Albinos are sharper than normal ones. They don't have fur between their quills, which effectively makes the quills longer. And they, in my experience, are quite a bit sharper than a standard one. You guys are welcome to feel that. A standard hedgehog, their quills all go one direction, and when they spread out and calm down, the quills all lay down in one direction. This one, if you look closely, its quills go every which way, so no matter which direction that some lay down, other ones stand up. So it is pretty sharp all of the time. This one is fully albino. Albino, of course, doesn't necessarily mean white. Often that's the effect, but it just means lacking pigmentation. So the hedgehogs can be pretty sharp. But when this one calms down and opens up here a little bit, let me see if I can get her to come out. I say calms down, but I'm shaking her all around to make her come out. All right, so see how she appears to have red eyes and pink skin, right? So most people do think that an albino animal has red eyes. They actually do not. They actually have clear eyes. Their eyes are full of a clear viscous liquid that is what makes them appear shiny. And then you're seeing their red blood cells through their eyes. And their skin. Their skin is actually opaque. You're seeing the red blood cells through the skin. Just like the turkey, that he's red because he swells up with blood. This one is pink because you're seeing the blood through the skin. But so this one and the armadillo, similar theory of defense, just a little bit different mechanism. You ready for this one to go away?
No, I mean,
You're welcome to hold it. All that skin is making me a little bit nervous. So I don't want.
You got ready to use it on action.
I know, I say it, right?
Yeah, it should be good for a couple days on that. Well, no, good till the next time I take it for a while. This next one is a sugar glider. This is a marsupial, meaning a mammal with a pouch. So this one is a very young sugar glider. She's about 3 months out of her pouch. You guys are welcome to hold this and pass it around like the lizards. So you just let it walk onto your hand. You don't grab it by the body. It's very fragile. You can squish it. But you're welcome to pass that girl around. That is a sugar glider. They're called sugar gliders because they like to eat sweet things and they like to glide. In the wild, they like to eat honey and nectar and flowers. They like most every kind of fruit. And they will glide from thing to thing. I've seen an adult sugar glider go from the top of a door frame to the wall on the other side in a single glide without hitting the ground. person to person, sometimes people go, and it's not any fun at all. But yeah, they can jump around quite a bit. The sugar gliders are native to Australia. They are not in any way related to squirrels or mice or rats or anything else. They are marsupials, so they would be more closely related to a kangaroo than they would to any kind of rodent. That is snow, because we're really creative with the names like that. We have to really think about that one for a long time. You're welcome to pick this up too. If you want to pick it up, what you want to do is slide your fingers under it like this, because see, they're soft on the bottom, they're sharp on the top, and then you can hold it like that. But you know, you have to pick it up yourself. I don't hand this to people, because sometimes people go, and then you can get dropped on the ground. So if you want to pick it up, you got to pick it up yourself. No, you can push it. Scoop like pancakes. So take your hand and just go scoop, just like that.
Oh, no.
Don't squish it though.
No, they're fine, they're fine.
Oh, that'd be a long story, but yeah, no, it's okay. I moved here to be retired, but the Lord had different plans for my life. I'm obviously not very retired anymore, but yeah, the cabin down by the river was supposed to be my daughter's house, but my daughter's a musician who can't be bothered to live anywhere. And she says, "Dad, why don't you put it on Airbnb?" And I'm like, "Air what?" And she says, "B&B." I'm like, "Cooking any breakfast, hello." And so she explained to me the way it actually works. And my wife is a night owl, so she started looking at the Airbnb website, and you know, you have to answer the questions to see the next page. And like, you know, put up a picture of your place. She put up a picture with an 8-frame ladder, 12 feet tall, in an unfurnished house, because I was screwing in light bulbs. And then she gets tired and she just clicked save and went to bed. And she's a night owl, I'm a morning person. I get up at 7 in the morning, my email's all full with so-and-so booked your place, so-and-so booked your place, so-and-so booked your place. I'm like, oh, this, I'm thinking it's spam, right? And then she gets up later in the day, I'm like, hey, you getting all this weird spam? It says so-and-so booked your place. And she's like, oh dear. She had made it live when she clicked save. And we're right here on the Cowie River, and 500,000 people a year go down that river in rafts, and we're like the closest place you can stay. So it was all people on the raft that had booked it. And then, you know, people enjoy it, I enjoy people, and my primary goal in life is to, you know, represent the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ by love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, meekness, temperance, self-control, and display why it's great to love the Lord. And I meet a lot of people this way, so I keep on doing it. And people enjoy it a whole lot, and people will say, hey, why don't you get a whatever? But the real strict policy we use here is Mama wants, Mama gets. So, you know, after Mama wanted Camels, it all kind of got a little scary. And so there's a whole lot of animals around here now. But that's between me and the zoo is everything here is supposed to be seen, touched, and pet, and holding. I mean, a couple of the babies we don't do a whole lot of handling with because, you know, too many people stress an animal. And the reason I have sloths here is I went to one off of a cruise ship and I thought it was great, wonderful, and, you know, had fantastic pictures. And I was absolutely horrified a year later when I found out those animals on average live for 1 month. And because they take them out of the rainforest, dump them in a bucket of leaves, pull their teeth out, and stick them in the encounter. And so I was horrified that I had participated in that, and I wanted to do something about it. So that's why we have sloths here now. But my sloths are not like what you see at other places. Mine are a minimum of 6 generations removed from the rainforest. The guy who breeds them is generation 0. He's a veterinarian. The ones that are his generation 0 were too injured to return to the rainforest, missing limbs and things like that. So no animal anywhere in that program at all has ever been taken, you know, from the rainforest. And minimum of 6 generations removed. So it's the difference between a house cat and feral cat. You know, your house cat will sit in your lap and purr while you pet it and live a long and happy life. try to pet a feral cat and see how that goes for you, right? So, and it can be a little tricky to sign up for my sloths because they only see 2 hours of encounters in a day each sloth, and only 2 people at a time. But that is how you have a sloth live a long and happy and productive life. And before they come here, they have to pass the ambassador protocol, which means that they actively seek human attention and they genuinely enjoy human contact, or they can go to the zoo and not here. And we do have rescue animals here, but rescuing animals is a tricky thing because I am licensed as a zoo, and the quarantine requirements can get really, really tricky. And there are, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of animals here, and I can't just willy-nilly bring things in that I don't know the vaccination and health records of. So some things are here are rescues, but not really that many. We're mainly just a zoo that you can see, touch, pet, and stay. And but anyway, yeah, that's how we came to be doing. In brief, what we do now.
Do you have a good locally that I will work on?
Yeah, my vet's, the policy for the vet is he doesn't have to ask me, he doesn't have to tell me, do whatever benefits the animals and send me a bill once a month. And then University of Tennessee Vet School backs us up. I can call the head of their department and they will answer the phone when I call, because they just send interns down here. Because most zoos, if you're not already a DDN, you're not going to touch an animal. And if their interns come with my vet, they're allowed to do anything that my vet says they can do, so they kind of like me. And then we have a backup, that we have a vet for every breed of animal here that is a specialist for that animal that will answer the phone if we call them quickly. And so the health of our animals is incredibly important to me. I will always choose the safety of a person over the safety of an animal, but I'll always choose the comfort of an animal over the comfort of a person. So. This is the world's smallest type of squirrel. This one is 3.5 years old. That is as big as he can get. His name is Tit. His wife's name is Pat. And this guy weighs 20 grams, and that is just over 1 ounce. You would need 16 of these to make a pound of squirrels. And this comes from South Africa. This is properly called an African pygmy squirrel or an African pygmy dormouse. But the word dormouse doesn't come from the word mouse. It comes from the French word dormir, sleeping. Because these in the wild are nocturnal animals, so they would be awake in the day, asleep in the night, which is the opposite of what most squirrels are. The African pygmy squirrel makes an excellent pet. The reason that I say they make an excellent pet is they live in an aquarium. You clean it like 4 times a year, summer, winter, spring, fall once. They do not stink like gerbils and hamsters. They don't smell to high heaven like gosh awful guinea pigs. Never buy a guinea pig. But these guys eat about $20 worth of food in a year, and they bond to an individual person, and then they'll just ride in your pocket like that, or in your hoodie, or in your shirt pocket like this. Don't put them in your pants, you can sit down and squish them. But these guys live about 8 or 10 years, and they will bond to an individual person. And like everything else, you guys are welcome to pass this one around. You just let it walk on in your hand. You don't try to grab it and pick it up. It's really fragile. And that one, what was I about to say? I forgot. It feels like it's vibrating when you hold it, because its heart rate is always above 200 beats per minute, and yet it's going to live 8 or 10 years. So pretty cool little pets. Usually you get them here, but I don't have any available right now. If you get it here, it's $150. If you get it at a breeder, it's $500. But all the animals that I have here that are available as pets, it's a byproduct of what we do. It's not what I do for a living. So we don't, and I don't fault the other places for charging 3 times as much. It's what they do for a living. It's how they make their money. It's just not how I make it. So things tend to be cheap here. Oh, I didn't put this one. There's a bunch of these in there, these big ones. No, it's back in the bin. many foxes live, much the way that prairie dogs live in the States. So they dig really big burrows, dens in the sand. They live in groups up to 50. They do make little side dens off of the main den for their different family groups. They are cool little pets in the state of Tennessee. It is legal to have one of these as a pet. And these ones did live in my house until fairly recently. They think that my dog is their pet. And they have little fur-covered feet. Those little furry feet are meant to make them not burn their feet on the sand in the desert. But if you have them living in your house, it means they come running all the way across the hardwood floors, jump over the back of the couch, land in your lap, and you never heard them coming. And great big ears on these guys let them hear from a very large distance. They're mainly hunting insects. And so they can hear an insect, depending on topography of the dunes, from something like a quarter-mile away, and then run it down and eat it. And if they catch something bigger than what they're going to finish, they will bring it back to the den and share it with everybody in the den. And they do hunt cooperatively. These guys are what Rommel was named the Desert Fox after because of his uncanny ability to sneak up on an enemy army with an entire column of tanks. And a couple of uniquenesses of these. This is adult. This is as big as they can get. Oh, you just dropped on me. The call that the full farm experience, no extra charge. But this one, they max out at 2 pounds. That's as big as they can get. A couple of unique things about them. Their respiration rate can get up to 690 breaths per minute. Not sure who held the clock on that, but that's what the literature says. And their heartbeat can be 200 or 300 beats per minute. And that's how they stay cool in the desert. Really high respiration rate, really high heart rate. And these guys are cool little animals. They're fun to have around your pets. No, not really. I can't pass it around to this many people. This is one of these animals that need a limited number of people at a time. Stress thing.
I don't do anything but look like a mouse.
Yeah, I hear you.
You can sign up for a fox encounter where you hold those, but it's a much smaller group. So guys, an interesting thing about squirrels, not just micro squirrels, but squirrels in general. When they say that a cat won't die from falling, that's a myth. You drop a cat from high enough, it will splat. And but everything in the world has a terminal velocity, the fastest something can fall due to nature. And I can tell you from flying jets for the Navy that the terminal velocity of a human is about 175. So if I come out of the plane and my parachute fails, I'm going to achieve that speed in my very brief lifespan. But the terminal velocity of a squirrel is only around 20. And it is a tested fact that a squirrel can be dropped from an airplane and only reach about 20 miles an hour on their way to the ground and prance away and be fine. It wasn't actually dropped out of an airplane. Guy jumped out of the parachute after his own canopy turned loose and measured its speed to the ground. It was 18 miles an hour from 7,000 feet to the earth. So that's why squirrels are so doggone brave in trees, is it takes them about 30 feet to reach their terminal velocity. And after that, it doesn't matter whether they fell from 100 or 1,000. If they fall, so what? Nothing's going to happen to them. Alright guys, let me get these animals gathered back up, and having seen the smallest animal, we're going to go see the biggest animal. parent advice about if you were considering a lizard or amphibian. Iguanas, super easy pets. They're herbivores. Everything you need for a iguana comes from the produce department. Bearded dragons, super easy pets. They eat fruit, veggies, everything you would put into salsa they like. And her favorite thing is cilantro. And you can give them little protein balls. You get a can of dry food from the pet shop, lasts you a year. And so easy pets. The gecko is terrible pain. Don't buy a gecko. If you buy a gecko, you can plan to spend the rest of your life driving back and forth to PetSmart every day looking for the one day this week that they have live crickets for sale. And that can get a little quick. And only thing I would less recommend than iguana would be chameleon. Chameleon is just about a fish. You know, you have a fish aquarium to look at, not to touch a pet or bowl. Chameleon's the same way. If you handle your chameleon, it'll die. So if you want one that stays in the cage and you never ever mess with it, a chameleon is for you. But otherwise, pick something else. Stress, yeah. When you handle them, they get all stressed out, then they won't eat, then they get a deficiency in their jaw, and then they can't eat, and then you're trying to feed them with a dropper, and then it's a mess. Just don't get a chameleon. All right, guys, let's go see the big fella. So that put everything away. Anybody got an animal still? All right, here we go. This camel weighs 1,250 pounds. So that would mean he could safely lose 400 pounds to dehydration. That camel happens, according to Google, that is the biggest camel in North America. He is 7.5 feet tall. He weighs 1,750 pounds. He could lose 500 pounds to dehydration. If I lost 30% of my body mass, that's about 60, maybe 70 pounds to dehydration. If I lost 60 pounds because I had no water for 10 days, special word for that condition is, that's the one. And if that camel had lost 500 pounds because he had no water for 10 days, word for his condition is thirsty. And if that camel was actually that dehydrated, his hump up top would be loose and floppy, hanging off one side or the other. If he was actually in that condition, the next time he got to a significant source of water, that's a 55-gallon drum. He can drink 50 gallons of water in 3 minutes. That is really chucking it down. That is about 17 gallons per minute, or roughly 1 gallon every 4 seconds. So he can drink it fast, he can pour it on the floor. The way that it works is kind of amazing because there is no tank in the camel for liquid water except his stomach, and his stomach only holds 7 to 10 gallons of water. So where does 50 gallons of water go? What happens as he dehydrates, his red blood cells go from oval down to flat. That accounts for about 150 pounds of weight loss. It is a reduction in blood volume. At the same time, his fat cells shrink. Now, camels, like people, are born with the approximate number of fat cells that they're ever going to have, but camels, like people, our fat cells can be very different size at different times in our life. Don't change in number, change in size of each individual cell. So, we're all normal-sized people, so suppose that this was normal size for a human fat cell, and we had a burning desire to star in the show My 600-Pound Life. Our fat cells could go from something like this to something like that, dozens or hundreds of times their original volume. Camel is the opposite. He walks around with his fat cells this size, and they shrink all the way down to what we would call normal when he's 30% dehydrated. But when he gets to the other side of the desert, and he's going to chuck down 30 to 50 gallons of water, Ed, no! Trying to break his halter. He's going to chuck down 30 to 50 gallons of water. What happens is his red blood cells go from flat, right back to oval as fast as he can swallow it, and his fat cells go from normal for a human back to normal for a camel. a human, this change in size would be decades of unlimited access to ridiculous amounts of food. But for a camel, that is 40 seconds on an individual cell basis, 3.5 minutes for the whole body. So, what I learned about the Bible from a camel. In the Old Testament, there's a story that says that the servant goes looking for a bride for his master's son. And he prays, "Oh Lord, let it be a sign to me that the young woman would offer to water not only me, but the camels as well." Before I had camels, I'm like, so what? You gave your animal a drink. Really? We're going to rely on that? And I'm thinking, burning bush, boy, throw out a sheet of wool, I don't know. But gave your camel a drink, right? But now that I have camels, back up a few verses, see he was walking with 10 loaded with gifts, so minimum of 10. Read a few verses later, see the servant stands and watches till she completes the task. Now we're talking about some girl going to dip up 300 to 500 gallons of water with a bucket. That hits a little different. And not only, he's going to just stand and watch. If I'm the girl, I'm like, dude, grab a bucket. This is your camel, right? So what I learned from that is the fact that I didn't understand something in the Bible didn't make it wrong. It just meant I didn't understand. The Bible is true and accurate in every regard. Another thing about this camel, this is the kissing camel. So if you want to kiss the camel, put your hands behind your back because ladies are unable to hear. Don't stick your hands in the camel's face, my face either. Walk up to him and go, the camel will give you a kiss like that. Makes a great photo. And if you don't want to kiss the camel, you can just stand and do a selfie with him like that. If you want to kiss Grant, it costs extra. You can talk to me on the side. His birthday was yesterday, though. He's legal age. So if you want to give the camel a kiss, go right ahead. Go for it. Hands in the face. Oh, yeah. Gotta make a sound. Heads up.
Papa, go kiss the camel.
Or if you guys have any food balls left, he'd be happy to have them. Just take them both hands like that. Very, very. But these two are utterly codependent. They were born on the same farm a few days apart, and in their lives they have never been apart. But this one is the kissing camel, that one's the riding camel. 15. They live to be 40 or 50. Alright, camel counters up next, I think. Where to Kauai you guys like to go to? Where do you guys like to go in Kauai? Oh. I haven't been there in a long time, but I used to go there for 4 months.